away from that eventually. But I'm wondering if there's an element of like comfort there with like the old playbooks that John was coming up with and a lot of those KO lineup ideas.
Yeah, and as we take a look at the live agent select, there's been a couple of pretty fast lock-ins here. And yeah, there will be a Cypher, but no, not for John.
Yep, those days I fear are behind us and long gone, but this is interesting. I really like having Zekin on Neon. I feel like it's such a staple agent for him. He's hit so many iconic clips on the agent, and I think Sentinels is really good at building up behind him and helping him get those entries.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really nice change of pace for him as well, especially coming after the OMEN map where
gameplay.
Things are a little bit slowed down, right? You know, he's going to have a lot of explosive power in this one.
Well, this is Sen's pick, Uber and Wire. Let's see why they decided to debut their Sunset here.
Too little, too late. Those are the words from Kaplan in that halftime interview. We see what he's saying. Sentinels, again, a slow start in the first map of their series today. Not unlike against Wolves, and they can't actually assert themselves enough on Icebox. Here, we get a map pick of theirs, Sunset. They banned this map first against Wolves in their previous game, so we're wondering what the plan was there.
Yeah, I found that to be bizarre. This was, as the desk were mentioning, their map last year, finishing with a 74% win record, all-time 17-6, and they banned it first. I was pretty shocked by that. But maybe they just wanted to leave it for a later series, perhaps, kind of keep it in the tuck, and go up against a Bilibili Gaming who they were able to watch. This is where they beat Liquid the other day to get into this position in this match. So Sen going to be relying on the information that they were able to glean from that affair.
The last time Bilibili made a global playoffs, it was to beat a North American team to do so. It was quite some time ago, though.
My eyes are down.
That's what waits on the other side of this map for your attack side team, folks. And they're already headed over to A. Sen, not really in attendance.
On that roster, that was still YZ, K-Knight. They know what it takes to get to that position in the bracket to make it to those playoffs. Neff catches a beautiful timing while the rest of the players swing from mid for the distraction. Lovely.
He was waiting for that. He knew, of course, there'd be contact taken by his top mid teammates.
Even a tank onto Celsius, 13 HP. Backboba doubling up with John, who has a full kit, but no players to actually use it with.
Shock dart, that's dangerous. Definitely threatening to someone like Celsius. Now, gonna swing out there, taken down. K-Knight is quite low as his Levius. We're in a post plant though, so Sen just have to throw themselves at this, and YZ will wait for them. Relay bolt to pave the way, and then he slides. Easy as you like. Forget about buying a Val. Can Sen buy a pistol?
It's simple, but I just love what BLG are able to do there. Neff getting all of that space, the walk down, and flanking into tiles. And that's the thing that takes that fight. Being caught with the util out.
One enemy.
Stun onto Zekin, I believe. That is so well played. So simple, but so well done.
And again, gets Bilibili off to a hot start here on Sunset. Already saw this against Team Liquid. It went close. 13-10 result for them. We may not see Lotus if they keep this up. Already over towards B. Checking for trap wires. None are present. There's going to be a counter push here coming out of Market.
Spike planted.
Want to go off this paranoia. Zekin running in.
Russia, though, ready to receive him. Zekin just cut down before he can really land any sort of damage. Nets is going to push this. Says, oh, well, let's just see what's on the other side of tomorrow. K9 will see John. He'll be low. Easy as you like. Pretty cheap, straightforward bonus. Russia even had a proper rifle in this round.
This is continuing the theme of Bilibili Gaming winning all the positions, but then just having clean anti-ecos. They are not, and what's crazy is they're running at them. But despite that, they're not giving guns away. They're not suffering too much economic damage whatsoever. That has kept them, as we saw on Icebox, just able to consistently buy.
Okay, another slow start for Sentinels. Definitely don't want to let this one fall by the wayside, though. On Icebox, they gave up the bonus, and it really came back to hurt them. Why is he forced off that line, though? Fault line, Paranoia came out to meet him.
Look at this fast pivot, though, from Bilibili. They are right into mid. And all of a sudden, there's so much pressure on Celsius. Oh, Borussia caught on the teleport. What a snap from John!
Tiny stuff. And so the round ends as quickly as it began. Bilibili commit heavy to market and are stopped in their tracks.
John has been on one today. So many multi-kills. A bunch of 3Ks on Icebox. The adjustment onto the slide from YZ.
Beautifully done. I mean, they are running headlong into Cypher Util in market, in fairness. Zelsis had paved the way. And that's why he's credited with 4 assists already. So, proper buy now for Bilibili. Realize perhaps a slower approach might be necessary. Not unlike the one we saw on Icebox, where they pinged across the map a bit. They may just have to bring the tempo down a notch.
They have slowed things down. A tad, that dark cover on the right side. They would hope could maybe make someone on SEN think they want to push up mid, maybe go left. They do now break the tripwire. It was there for the majority of the time. The dark cover was obscured on that right side view. Levius has taken B main away from Zekin, who has been happy to face.
He's looking for more. All of BLG are going to be here. Does Zekin have a way of getting out scot-free? He wants to hang around, lingers for one, relay bolting once more, but Rushi's got the other side covered. He's fortunate to get out. Fast lane deployed. Zekin's out of dodge. But Bilibili want to keep the pressure on, boy. He just doubles back and says, you know, I think I'll take some more. And there's John, up to 8 kills for those keeping track. And Rushia, cowering in the smoke. Spike loose and in front of main. He's tucked on the corner now, at least in a position to punish John, so he does. Narrate, though, will put him to bed.
Catches him on jump up, but that round is all about Zekin. The utility he was using in main was perfect. This was some beautiful Neon play. Almost looked like he was going to get caught on that right side by Ruby. He made the teleport across, but he's able to slide out of the way. Fast lane to
I'm
get
up there.
out.
Don't worry, I'm on the board.
Beautiful. That was smooth from Zekin.
John with license to chirp at his teammates, having amassed a massive 8 kill total so far, and a rolling thunder built up pretty quickly. Love to see those kills funneled into the initiators early. Bilibili, though, do have Neff ready with an null command. And Zekin Zelsis is playing in the site here.
They use these multiple reconnaissance initiator utility pieces to get really close to B main. Zekin, 2 shots to free and easy kills.
Bang wants a bit of the action too. Nobody's come knocking. Have you heard the good word of our Lord and Savior, the SEN bundle, he says? Back away, still no action. And this is Bilibili knocked down to a pretty anemic kind of buy. Grouping up for this foray on A. Their last gambit here for this round number 5. TP onto the box in the cover of the smoke, but drops off that instantly. And as expected, the spam does come in his direction.
Sentinels, they already have made the pivot here. Just a nice double face to deny anyone for Bilibili coming through elbow. Bang in the perfect position for that double face. Make it a high-low play on the box.
Blink was smoked up and bang down. Of course, can play from here is OMEN. Narrate might want to prowler out here. Rushia was right in the way. Still no plant yet. Knight had to get off of it because of the threat of the C's coming in. And finally, though, they do stick it. Oh, not sorry, Knight got off the last second again. Okay, we have a plant. Second thinking about it, but that's awkward as the curtain drops. Celsius had his 6. Backing him up as Rushia and Knight caught out in the open. Levy is now at risk of being turned into Swiss cheese. Realizes he may as well wait to this bulldog to see what can be extracted. The answer is absolutely sown. Nothing. Flawless round for Sentinels here, round number 5, tied up nicely. And that bank's starting to build.
That's 2 fully flawless round wins now for SEN. That's got their economy out of control. Zekin getting the key up. Just even there, the silly movement into the fault line so Zelsis can get the freest kills. This is going to demand an early timeout call from Coach Bale of BLG.
So I guess it begs the question, what are we seeing so far from Bilibili? Well, mostly they've tried their luck at B main and have run headlong into Zekin every single time. Their pistol round strats are really nice, they're elegant. We start to see them lose their edge though in the rounds that followed. Like you mentioned, White, Sentinels 2 flawless rounds back to back means they're pretty inoculated against the volatility of going up against the Chinese teams in the next few rounds. Big banks, rolling thunder, overdrive there for Zekken. But Billy might want to create something around his Hunter's Fury and his Null Command. They've got both of their Initiator ultimates at the ready.
Yeah, this round 6 is going to be pivotal for BLG. Investing everything, Initiator ultimates to play with. This is where the game can get out of control for them if SEN are able to take this and they waste their ultimates and put them on bad money. These fast pivots from BLG, or rather the one they attempted was fully shut down by John when they were trying to get into market, just weren't really getting information across the map. They run into that Cypher setup, they're absolutely denied. And as you said, these B main fights have been played well by SEN so far, and yet specifically it is Zekken who is just dominating that area of the map, but he's allowing the aggression come to him, which is sort of a juxtaposition to the way he was playing B main on Split versus Wolves, where he was playing equally as aggressive, but now he's just absorbing that. All right, well, that's a nice way to start the round for YZ. Do you think Coach Bale told him to do that in the timeout? Was that the strat call?
Was it that specific, I wonder? I'm not so sure, but that double stack top mid for SEN is punished. And they've lost their Fade util, so they really lack the mechanism with which to get this mid-round info and to set up their re-clears. Now flying blind to some degree, whereas Billy, of course, have their Sova setting up to clear their way into elbow. And that'll let YZ in.
That deep recon dart will cut off, or rather get the information for that really obnoxious tuck close right angle. So as far as SEN know, Billy could be postured all the way up towards A right now. Zekken and Zel's just able to collect 2 in this mid fight.
And that's really taken off the pressure after things went a little bit awry early. But Levius has gotten deep here. Trapwire cleared, Camera also out of the picture. He realizes there might be multiple guns waiting for him in Boba, and here comes the rolling thunder. SEN, watch the sight right behind him. Zekken's there with the overdrive too and a neural theft.
30 seconds
It's going to tell them everything they need to know, that the spike is en route to A.
Maybe hoping to get a bit more with that rolling thunder if Billy had already gone into the site, but they'll be content with just isolating another kill to extend the man advantage of this round. They certainly should expect that YZ could be postured in spawn right now. Rushia with the utility in hand.
Slip past YZ, he just wasn't ready for that. Rushia had no advance notice whatsoever. Fast lane thrown up here, paranoia in effect, and YZ's going to wrap around, try and play from alley. Hit with a fault line. SEN know where he's coming from no matter what, and Bang will simply try and defuse. John QT brought to heal, but YZ couldn't do much more. Zekken says, hey, Gabagool, welcome to Jersey, baby.
Listen up.
Takes another gun out of the game for BLG.
YZ just going for the madman maneuvers at the end. This was a 5v4. This was a free kill from him at the top of the round. Removing that information gate in mid-round from SEN. The decision is to just post up in mid, try and catch Billy on a rotate off that A site. Or maybe just that lurk, if it is Levius maneuvering through mid late. That was well done from SEN. Billy, they are forced into this round. Rifles and Guardians, why is he going fast? And what a kill on the Bang.
Oh, I'm going to be punished. Bang not in position. And here comes that Null Command now. SEN starting to scramble on the site, and YZ will run them down. Narrate can barely tuck behind boxes, and YZ comes calling. Make short work of him.
Oh, you know he's going to go for more. He is not slowing down.
I mean, why not?
Almost out.
Why not? SEN here hopes to maybe play into this double up, but Rushia there is watching. Sat behind YZ, giving him a safety net. And of all the players to do this to, Zelsa's here, though, not looking his jovial self right now, as SEN still working on that map deficit. So he will try to slink away. No smart words, no backtalk, no sass. It's about getting out with this gun intact.
That's the first time we've seen BLG just go for an A slam. Just play with that neon speed. Overdrive is maxed out in terms of value for YZ. They've been going for a lot of mid-round pivots, which just have yet to work for them. So let's take it back to basics.
And this is likely what they called that timeout for BLG. Fast hit A site behind the Null Command, get YZ in a position to succeed. Deny the stalling util. And obviously turn off any of that sentry util. Work it there. Oh man, what is that? Is it a stutter step?
Yeah, he was the slide, but just hits the wall right next to him. It's very awkward for Bang to have to deal with that.
And someone like Narrate can't seize there. Obviously, he's suppressed. So all he can do is try and back away and hope to allow a teammate to play off of him from Link, but that was never going to happen.
A lot of pings from Billy over towards the safe side, and it looks like they're going to have that flash to get into Elbow. Again, just accelerate, teleport, and the speed from the Neon to take this space with some haste.
This time, Sentinels respect it. They've got the kind of comp that can make these retakes work with the breach. How's the timing looking for Bang? Less than ideal!
Oh no!
Players caught with slappers only!
With that push down that was well, BLG, they're going to feel like they need to get into this A site right now, so they accelerate the pace and they want to flip the site. They want to play towards spawn. It looks like they're at least
Spike planted.
Maybe YZ does.
They know he's there. Sent a ping in this alley area heavily. They're trying to overwhelm him. Russia on the site, sees, thrown out. Here's YZ, and there he goes.
Oh, just too many players.
Sen playing around him. Really needed to overload him player-wise to win that out. Here comes the Hunter Skiri though from Elbow, but Zekin's got near to the site. Knight, he's got to be under some pressure. Nephew sat on the other side of the dark cover. Will spam if he needs to, but does he know when the rate is? There's the spray. Gets it to half, that ought to be enough. Shock Dart comes in, too little, too late. K-Knight unable to avert the round win.
Not mad at the idea from BLG to get that pop flash from Neff so there could be a swing it towards spawn from YZ. Hoping there would be maybe a couple players, but there were all 5 of them. So sadly, he was cooked. Celsius was ready to dodge that, play a bit of anti on the flash.
One enemy remaining.
But there it's just overwhelming. So unable to get into that site for free, able to pressure the spike. No one from BLG playing any entrenched positions aside from Rusha, who's caught. BLG, they do have the cash though to keep on buying. They get the spike down, keep it rolling, more attempts.
A slower stance over towards A, and it teases Bang out right into the line of fire.
Dink as well. Frustrating for him.
Now right here doesn't want to overextend, it's just him. Trapwire here at Link can be played off of if those reinforcements get there, but this is a perfect use case for this neural theft.
I guess the information as far as Nere being the lone man on site at the moment. Why is that going to connect the relay bolt? But he's going to get it out the way.
Does he know John's there as well? It's actually 2 plays. Oh, that is dirty! Zelsis though on the side, large and in charge. Deals with the Neon. John went down, but Nare's still alive. They're over towards the alley side, but Rushi, I think early in the round at 10 health, is still able to cause some problems, making waves, and it's on the Vibes Merchant himself. Celsius knows 3 players are looking for him. Levius will be the one credited with the elim. Tight game after 9 rounds. Sen with a slim lead.
That is BLG just continuing to always push. That was a great molly thrown by Neff that YZ capitalizes off of, pushing into the spawn. They're forced out into the open. Celsius gets the trade, but then look at this here. Rusha pushing up into that A-link. They have a flank coming from top mid, so even if he goes down, given his low HP, should be an instant trade. It's proactivity across the board.
And that keeps the money train for BLG going. Costly round for them, but they're still able to keep this money pressure on. Now, a bit of a variation. Looking towards mid, YZ's already started to slink his way up, and wait a minute. Testing market very early. Relay bolt forces Zekin out into the open, and there's a hit coming from B-Main at the same time. Zekin caught in the open.
Yeah, caught on the jump up, he had to retreat. He was stunned off. Teleport in now from Rusha deep into the site.
Zelsis now not quite aware of what's waiting for him on the other side of this dark cover. Has to pick his spot to perfection. Pings his own location. Neff, though, finds him. Can't see a damn thing, but still knows how to hit that M1 for the boys. And there's a triple swing. Sen have the players lined up. Neff and K-Knight fall by the wayside, and Narate's gotten into Boba.
What awareness.
That's why he's out of the picture. Now becomes a bit more uncomfortable. BLG, loose footing here on this anti-retake attempt, but gonna try and sneak Rushia around. Does he have the look on Narrate? So aware Narrate was been, but not ready for that. Bang. Percent on both sides, tries to break half of the pincer, but doesn't know where to look.
Oh, that post plant is just so well played from BLG. They are everywhere in the walls. Narrate was fortunate to have that intuitive internal timing to pick up the one flank that was coming from YZ, but even at that, you have Levius on the cross. Earlier in the round, that great stun forces Zekin to attempt to retreat. Then you have Neff picking up 3. Hits another great molly, by the way, that forces John into the open. Utility looking excellent from him at the moment. IGL off the team performing. Billy have been able to tie things up. If they win this round here, the final of the half will be a tragic bye for Sentinels.
But this defense side for Sen has descended into an absolute bar fight. Another null command up from there. That was a big part of their fast A hit we saw a few rounds ago where Whitey had the overdrive as well. They are set up for something that looks reminiscent. This time Bang doesn't want any early action.
He wants to teleport away. He's been having a tough time with those early fights that Billy have been happy to take. Double face down mid, K-Knight caught completely unaware.
But Billy knew about the double face. Whitey spammed that area in a previous round and got a kill. Sen still trusting in that setup with their two initiators at the top of the map. Drop the spike.
Smoke thrown over towards elbow. That's from Bang. So Wisely does feel a little uncomfortable pressing up. Look at this positioning. Double flash. Rusha wants to swing. Doesn't actually catch anyone. Sen are happy to just play off-site right now.
This insert for Zelsis in mid. I'm pretty sure he hears Levius there and he even sees him. Doesn't want to commit. Here's that null command now to supplement this hit to the A side. With Spike already down. Levius just doubles back and knew Zelsis was there, deals with him.
I love this null command. I mean, Sen are obviously going to play this for full retake with the man advantage that they had, but it's just going to give so much delay. It's going to reduce the clock by such a significant extent. Here comes the neutral. Now the retake can come in.
Decken gets into the side immediately. Across the Snaffle with the Stinger's able to fight him up close, but Wisey looking for the Neon. Gets out on the side. It's two with the Stinger for second. Now BLG down to just Levius. And he can't see this tap on the spike. Flash there for John to set up a third kill. Sentinels, with the patience of ages, wait the null command out and have that retake util with Zekin getting in there.
They had to move with some serious quickness at the end there. All of the utility had to be picture perfect. And they needed to swing together fast. They were able to do all of that with the clock reduced so significantly.
That kill is massive. Overdrive also earned now for Zekin. John has been delightful this game. 12 and 7 for the breach. He's got his Rolling Thunder again.
That was such an important round for Sentinels to pick up. Their economy would have been in a dire state for this final one.
Early action today. This time, Bang's been a little bit more careful about those early peaks. Does get some info. Then pulls off. No double stack top mid this round for Sen because John is helping at A early.
Oh, and a rare round where Zekin gets incredibly active in B main. He was playing that much more passively earlier, mixes it up.
They know this is coming, White. They know they can rotate early through alley.
And again, this is Sen. They can play this for retake if they want. Bang is actually trying to swing, but is denied by the relay fold. He is inserted deep in the site, but this Rolling Thunder is ready to get ripped to assist him.
Okay, TP out of that awkward spot for Rushia now. He's able to play that link side. Give another option for Billy. John is biding his time. He's got just the answer for this. And here's Billy. Maladroitly touching down. Bang got dealt with. Rushia's in a bit of a nasty spot, but Celsius just clears him out. Wisey slides back into action now. And there's some presence here from Ali. John's going to get pressured. Flash himself on the angle. Wisey tries to turn it. No swing just yet. Takes two. Tries it again. This time, Sen had the answer. A 7-round defense side. It's very back and forth stuff. Determined to seal their path to the playoffs here and now.
BLG make a go at it later in that half. Sen were dominating, and John QT is putting on a show at the moment.
Both teams leading all out there. Both teams looking for that ticket to playoffs. Stick around. More from Sunset still to come.
One enemy remaining.
You might have heard I'm going through a little upgrade with my tats. So when Verizon announced that everyone gets a free phone on any plan, pain-free, count me in. Try and beat it. I'll give you a sec.
Hey, please.
I don't wanna know no OP over Zach. K-double-E be the sickest to rap. Rubber man for me ain't getting it rap. I don't wanna know no OP over Zach. K-double-E be the sickest to rap. Government for me ain't getting it rat. I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know, no. I don't wanna know, no. I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know, no. I don't wanna know, no. I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know, no. I don't wanna know, no. I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know, no. At the dreadlock sound.
And of course, heading back now into the second half of Sunset. It's a 7-5 scoreline. Sentinels keep it tight. They don't win that first pistol. But in a war of attrition like this, your efficiency is everything. Here's your Coinbase econ report for the first half. John QT giving us a nice little 77.6, and it's no surprise. He got every ounce of value he could out of his kit.
Had some insane multi-kills. That 4K on, I believe it was the anti-bonus, was sickening. And obviously as a Breach too, you're making consistent utility investments, etc. So he was certainly making the most of everything that he had. We even saw in that last round the way he was able to shut down those last two players with the flashes he had, the fall line as well, Zekin swinging off that. Lovely stuff from the IGL. He has certainly been the star of the show today for SEN. He was the one keeping them in the game on Icebox as well. But can he get them over the finish line here on attack with his calling, with his individual play, or will Billy be able to make playoffs at an international event for the second time?
The mood definitely a bit less playful out there for Sen City, a bit more serious. Less of the getting out of the chair, more of the grind, nose to the grindstone gameplay. Sentinel's going to be on the attack side here as we head into a pistol that has eluded them so far over the course of this series.
Seeing Zekin with an armor and a frenzy, making him the raid boss. That is going to tell the story for the intentions that he has in this round, which is to go really fast, throw a recon bolt at someone, and just hold down mouse one.
Little jiggles there from Rashia, sees enough. Already, the cavalry are on their way, but look at the spike location. Take note of that. Bang is grouped up here with John, maybe even flash off this to catch a player pushing up. This might be an anti-YZ play, and yeah, he's backed around the corner. Sen don't get the kill off this. But that is the cyber cage popped.
They're going to pivot away back towards mid. Just under a minute now on the clock.
Oh, K9 saw something there. Late re-explore, switches to the Ghost, gets some good damage. Zekin was the one with the armor.
Wait, the shock dart.
Oh my god! Down to 13. Dangerous now. Billy, you're not going to let Sen mill around mid. They're going to dig them out if they just linger. And they have.
That entire time, Zelsis was getting space over towards a fault line. He wants to swing off. There's so many players to face, but he does even things up, not without taking a lot of damage. Shock dart could be lethal this time. No. Goes wide.
Zekin and Zelsis both low. But still in the game. That's a little paranoia there. Flash util also disrupting BLG as they try and set up from Link. They're going to push the site now. Through the smoke. Bang, tucked in the corner. Everybody comes to him, served up on the silver platter. Bang and boom, Sen get themselves a pistol.
First one in the series to extend the lead. Bang comes to life there. It's been a little quiet for him so far, but he absolutely makes his presence known. Capitalizes off the attention that was being paid to his teammates when that retake was coming in.
One enemy remaining. Last
Beautiful
player
stuff.
standing.
The right clicks tap down at the end on that. That is lovely for the controller.
Cathartic for Bang. He's often demonstrated his frustration in this game, head in hands type stuff. A little bit difficult for him to get going. This is definitely going to be wind in the sails.
Rusha actually going to pick up the Bucky, get in that close corner towards elbow, lethal range.
And a double swing potentially set up for BLG. We're going to work.
Trade it.
A.
Okay.
Second on the slide.
Yeah, K9 being dealt with on the other side is the problem, but BLG have mostly stacked this site. Delasess, spray is good. YZ can't defeat the crosshair placement. And he'll take his ult orb as well.
That flash just an inch away from connecting onto Zelsis, but doesn't quite go far enough. That's going to make things very easy to close this out and get a clean anti-eco for Sen, who, as opposed to Billy, they are buying those heavy upgraded rifles on this round too. Zekin has that Phantom already moving forward, so they can get a nice investment, some nice higher tier weaponry on their bonus round coming up next.
Clean start. This is certainly what Sentinels are looking for. This is the map, remember, that they banned against Wolves. We really weren't sure if they were feeling confident on it. We were surprised to see it taken out of the rotation in their last game. But now we're reminded it's called SEN set for a reason. They've not missed a beat on this map by the looks of things. So we'll back away here, secure that crucial 9th round, and get going on the second half.
I am genuinely wondering if that was all a ruse. No, we hate Sunset now. We're banning it first.
I mean,
next series
Heretics also banned it, if I'm not mistaken. There are a couple of teams that are just leaving that one in the drafts for the time being.
One enemy remaining.
And there were another team who were great on the map, as a side note.
All right, first buy in the half here for Billy. Maxed out investment against the bonus of SEN. If they win this, they will be running away with this game. It'll look like they're headed towards just a dominant win on their own pick, and we'd be destined for Lotus, which they played very well on yesterday. It's dangerous goings here for Billy. It's not going to get any easier. They need this round bad.
And have got a pretty early focus towards A. They even pop out defensively, hoping for a timing to catch SEN on the wrong foot. They are playing this much slower. Snelsis gets a warning shot there. Nothing that he'd write home about.
That dark cover thrown mid really has Billy thinking that there's going to be a lot of presence shown towards market. That trip is going to further that idea in their minds.
Yeah, just clears it, backs away. And now SEN are waiting. BLG just to peek out, take a risk to get some information and look to punish them as a result.
This drone could be dangerous. It's broken. Narrate on the swing, wins the duel with the stinger.
And now the neural theft, that's just what they were looking for. Seconds, 2 kills in the previous round, plus all pickup gives them this very important ultimate in a situation like this. And they know A is a short-headed site. They know YZ is lingering close to top mid. But do they know that he's
30
this
seconds
close?
left.
Oh, the timing. You can't manufacture that. Narrate's able to respond. That's the second kill for his stinger in this round. This bonus from SEN so far has been smooth sailing.
You just can't help but want to go for more. Rusha's going to get forced a little bit out in the open here. Time is getting so low, but he is shot down. 1 versus 1.
That kill, that's the one that might break the back of BLG in this round, in this map even. Looks like a fault line connected onto K9 in Link. So SEN are knowers.
Last player.
They're going to deal with it. What a clean round this has been, and then an opportunity to recover these rifles. Levius knows there's just not a good argument for trying to do anything more in this round, so we'll walk away. And the conversion on the bonus round is massive for Sentinels.
They have so much cash that Nere doesn't even care about trying to recover one of the rifles. He finds it more valuable to see if he can actually kill Levius. And, oh, he will that. And gets the rifle on top of it. Not really going to get any better than that for Sentinels. The economy already out of control. This lead feels insurmountable for Billy.
And look how SEN set the map up so they get best use out of these stingers. Look what Narrate is playing there. That Aftershock forces Rushia out of that box corner.
Last player standing.
Really stepping up in that round. Wins the initial duel against Neff, gets the reswing trade onto YZ, who was just hungry to find an advantage to take another fight. Bad buy for Billy now.
Judge
invested pretty heavily. Yeah, Rusha has invested down to nothing to get this judge posted up deep in B main. This kid does spot him. He sees the barrel.
Rushia there. That really is pretty painful for the judge player who does not want to have his cover blown so early. And sorry, Zelsic just blew up your spot.
Oh, and now they know he's tucked in the corner. He has the paranoia. He's stuck. He's cooked. He's cooked.
Caught out by the util combo, and now B-side definitely has a bullseye on it. Prowler out. Of course, seeing that trap wire, Levius caught in the fault line, but inside the smoke, a degree of safety. He can tuck into the little alcove, but he knows the vultures are starting to circle.
So they want to go even further. They're getting into that backside, trying to post up. Second at a deep position. Levius still there, and he is caught.
Little wayward. That one is nice. Neff drops down. That's a Zekin understands his projectile motion pretty well. So this round, like the alphabet, will end with X. YZ trying to come out with a couple cute swings. but will be put out by Bang.
Chances are getting incredibly slim here for Billy. This lead from SEN is way too dominant at the moment. They are playing so well on this map, as we thought they would, which is so weird that they banned it yesterday. Maybe we could ask about that later. They really were just
One enemy remaining.
Sandbagging.
They're just pretending. Bring it out day 2 to get into playoffs. They're looking so good. Zekin is playing so well. His aggression is being supplemented by some great util coming through from John.
In the press conference yesterday, Kaplan sort of spoke about the road for Sentinels to get to a potential playoff spot, and he says, we're generally really happy to be matched up against another Chinese team. We feel like there are similarities between Wolves and Billy, and we feel like they can be exploitable in the same way. He said, obviously, we would have loved that first seed, but, you know, we know how that all went. He says, happy to take on this team after dealing with Wolves. Feels like it is the path of less resistance, and that's a narrative that's been definitely being parroted by a lot of fans out there. They feel like this is a more comfortable run for SEN to playoffs. But after the disaster that occurred in Bangkok, I think many SEN fans, players included, are happy just to secure that playoff berth and have some more time to get set for that phase of play.
And it's funny that Waizu just said the exact same thing, that he wants to play against an NA team. He feels more comfortable playing against the NA style. These guys wanted each other. They both got their wish. And we feel just destined to go to Lotus unless Billy can convert this round with the economy on the line.
I feel like I've heard that quite a lot over the last few rounds.
Really have.
The conversion of the bonus with the 2 Stinger buy for Sentinels is back-breaking for Billy. This is probably the last best chance wire to get into this second half.
Aggression in B main, which is going to be forced back and only deal with his spam. Levius wants to pick up a trip, actually, to just adjust that somewhere else into the site to play off of later. Hoping to catch Zekin. Those tripwires can be the bane of the Neon's existence. That hasn't really come into play yet, however.
But obviously, Sunset was changed so that that trip is not unbreakable anymore, but that was a factor of Champs last year, so these teams have long since adapted to the changes that Sunset brought way back then.
Rusha is holding a devious angle on main. Oh my god.
Cover going out.
Don't ask me how he saw that. It's going to punish the little tight swing. So no Zekin. SEN have to convert on this 4 versus 5 scenario. 0 point came out in that A direction. Tension really building. They know BLG are on the precipice here. They just need to give them a little push. Netflix himself out. Ball line was going to come from him anyway. And why is he tries to swing off it? The fault line caught Neon. And now BLG down to 3. Guardian in half. Arushi has got to stand his ground now. Found the Prowler. And all of a sudden, center out of dodge. They're leaving.
There are 15 seconds left. John is taking the spike all the way through spawn. Can he get...
So much.
Oh, okay. Rushi sees this. He knows they're going to get ahead of this.
One
Oh
enemy
my god,
remaining.
this timing is
Just.
Bro, okay, all right. I mean, sure, that was...
0.33 seconds
See,
remaining. That is the tightest clearance that you could ask for. And BLG, again, it's Levius, just in dismay, has to drag himself onto the site and face the music. The Sentinels, it's a cacophony of cheers.
I can't believe he knew that timing. He had me sweating bullets. All good. All good. Center on a run. 5 rounds in a row. First kill converted by that disgusting shot. Made ultimately irrelevant. I don't think Neff actually got that flash banked far enough back to connect on the swinging players, or they were just a little bit out of the way, weren't wide enough. A little bit hard to tell, but regardless, it didn't connect onto him. And he was forced out of that position due to the utility.
It's round number 18, and it could be the last of the map.
They are getting dominated right now. SEN, as we expected, have this map at the top of their pool. That is going to make them so dangerous. They've replaced Fracture, which they didn't like, with one of their home maps. John opening things up already. Collecting a kill top mid. I think Neff might have just peeked out by that dark cover.
Smoke, yeah. Rushia, once again with the Guardian in hand, has always opted for this when the money has been there. We just saw how deadly he is with a single shot. Now, Narrate's selling this, obviously Not always normal to have your fade be that lurking aspect, so he's going to rejoin with the rest of the team. Mid is open for them. Market has some architecture that needs to be dismantled. There's the trap wire. That'll be dealt with nicely. Levius not in a position to play off of it. And now SEN, Simmer. As things start to come to a boil, let's swing at his smoke now. See Zek can break the crosshair placement and deal with Levius. SEN had the numbers overwhelming that sole defender of the site. And YZ, all-star YZ has to salvage. That's a good start. Rushia down, no big damage done. And Noisy eventually will be dealt with. Electrifying play from Zekin and a 4-piece to secure the equalizer map. Sentinels are far from done. Playoffs back into one of these teams, and they're leaving it all out there.